There it is. Now it's recording. It was on. It just wasn't recording.
Hi, my name is Hans and this is Frans. We are flying today over Orange County, New York. We're going to do some commercial procedure.
Commercial style stuff.
And my friend Dave over here is going to narrate.
Wait, where's Dave?
Oh, that's Frans and Hans.
It is a beautiful crisp morning out.
It is beautiful outside.
Instrument scan, everything's looking good down on the instruments.
Yes, the lights are out and we
never caged this before we left.
Uncage it.
I think it was adjusted last night for its very stout winds, so.
We're climbing through 2000 to 2500 over the utility station. We'll be exiting Class D airspace in just a couple of minutes. And we then level off at 2500 and find our field below. And
-4 Celsius.
yeah, well, I think the density altitude was minus 2600 feet.
Sounds good.
All right, 2500,
kind of
I'll start tipping forward, probably pick up some speed, start decreasing our altitude gain. Would you like to use the fields down below us over here for the purpose of?
Well, I'd like to go out to these fields out here. Because I just don't want to be right around Delta's airspace in and out and in and out of it. Right?
The field over there, you mean?
Yeah, or even the field up there by the solar panels.
Okay.
We'll be outside their airspace because their airspace is pretty much
right there, the road, right?
Curvature of that road. So that way they don't have to say, "Hey, you guys broke my airspace 7 times while you played around that 20 minutes."
All right, so with settling power, we're going to slow the aircraft down.
What are we going to do first?
Whatever you like me to do first.
Well, what's thinking of safety-wise, right?
Well, we do clearing turns first to make sure that we have the space to ourselves. There's nobody else around.
Good. It does good to kind of get an idea of if we have very much winds up here, right?
Yeah.
So.
And we can look for wind direction, looking on lakes or looking at smoke. Things that today is it seems like everything what we see is calm.
Well, up here, what do you got up here for winds up?
Well, I can look at the smokestack straight ahead of me. I can look at the lake ripples on that side.
Yeah, but the lake's low level, so we're not going into there. And it's glassy from this angle. What else can you use?
I can look at any windshock or any kind of flags that might be on the ground.
What about that speed versus
I can look ground speed versus indicator speed, sure.
There you go, good job.
Now the clearing turn to 360 or two 180s to look, is that good?
I mean, two 180s is 360, isn't it?
Yeah.
So stretch it out a little bit so you can be more directly over the field, so kind of like orbit around the field.
Okay.
There you go.
No problem.
So, talk to me about the purpose of doing this setup for vortex ring state. Why do we practice this?
The practicing is that if you get into ring vortex where you have a sudden uncontrolled descent because you were going too slow and you're descending too quickly, that you want to be able to get out of that, out of your own vortexes, get back into clean air as soon as possible with the least amount of altitude loss. And of course, there are 2 procedures. One is the old one where you go forward, and we use the Fajard maneuver where we apply, collective left pedal and the right side step simultaneously. And it's really more of a quick right side step that gets you out of the vortexes and tends to lose less.
Still less back.
You tend to lose less altitude loss than the other procedure, but both are acceptable ways of getting out. But the thing is that the vortexes that are coming off the tip, sinking into and creating dirty air, making it lifting harder. And because of that, you start settling, and that will go quicker and quicker. You don't recognize it, and it can cause
hold your altitude.
Yeah.
So, a couple things to change and modify. So this clean air, dirty air stuff, that's somehow came into the terminology that really needs thrown back out of the terminology.
Okay.
Because is air clean or dirty anyway?
No, I mean,
air is only clean if you're in a medically controlled environment, right?
Right.
So technically the air we're breathing is dirty air, right?
Something, yes.
So how about we call it disturbed and undisturbed air, right? So the air is just kind of sitting here. We're disturbing it for rotor downwash, right? So practicing a vortex ring state is so that we know with the onset of it what to expect the aircraft to do and how to avoid it. How can we stay out of this situation?
Yes.
So when is this situation used a lot?
Well, photography is one, right? When you're circling like we are right now over a point, or even hovering at out of ground effect to do certain work.
Right. So let's set up with a aiming towards Orange County, please. So just start bringing that airspeed back now. Keep the altitude from climbing any as you bring that airspeed out. So photography work, because some photographers will kind of want you to come to that hover and stop, and you know, while they try to take their pictures. Other is like you probably get into long lining or any point in time where you're going to bring that helicopter to a stop over a set point and do any kind of hovering out of ground effect. This is where it comes pretty risky, right?
Yeah.
So we've got 20 across the ground, dropping to 30.
And I was
so
looking for
always maintain this 0 or positive until those trim strings drop. Don't allow that sink rate to kick in. Always keep that sink rate out. So work your pedals.
Okay.
So airspeed may be saying something, but that's just because of the winds, right?
Yeah, it could be.
So trim strings are down, pull a little bit of aft. So there you go. So now allow the sink rate to come in. So lower the clutch just a little. So work your feet. So the onset's at 300, right?
Yeah.
So right there is 300, so we're in it.
And now we're out of it.
Good.
Now we need to just pick up.
Nope, keep her level. You can come out of it and come to a stop and maintain where you're at, right?
Okay.
So the only other things, some things to adapt and change. Line us back up, trim us up please with that right pedal, A lot of right pedal, there you go. Bring us back to a stop. Orange County, log up 74685, 3 to the south, operating in the area 3000 and below Orange County. So, some things we want to do first, we need to bring that power in a lot more first. So you rarely brought in power while you started to sidestep.
Breaking down traffic, Pepper War 3231 is 3 miles
not
final.
Getting you out of it as quick as what it could, right? So wait for the trim strings to drop before you allow that to come in, always. And I'll demonstrate in a minute why that's important for practicing.
Okay, so the string is dropped.
Strings are dropped.
Now pick up the nose a little bit.
Eyes out the distance.
Yeah.
Work those feet. Work the pedals, work the pedals. Okay. So we're falling, we're in it, so power up, left pedal and then slide. So you're doing slide faster than you're doing pedal and faster than you're doing power.
Okay.
So that's going to...
So we power first, more aggressive.
With simultaneous left pedal and then sidestep.
And then sidestep, okay. All right, we'll do that again.
A bit more right pedal. Try to face us more towards Orange County. The winds are different this direction. There you go. Now slowly lower that collective a little bit. Hold the nose right where she's at. There you go.
Strings have dropped, so we can go let it settle in.
We feel like we're falling. Cool.
Yeah.
Power, left pedal. Slide sideways to the right. Nice. Hold that there. Level the nose back up.
Yep.
There you go. Work those feet. Good.
Going around.
So trim strings are still out, but guess what? We're climbing.
Yeah.
You know. So.
Okay.
Let's take us in a clearing turn, either direction, left or right.
Okay.
We're cleared left. We're cleared right.
Orange County traffic, Diamond Twin Star, we'll be doing high-speed taxi down runway 4, Orange County.
Pick up a little speed.
Check it.
So, essentially, there's a couple ways you could do this, right? It depends on, are you hanging a long line below you or not?
Yeah.
What's your setup? Trim us up.
Negative on the phone.
And do I immediately need to fly away from it? Well, if you're back in out of ground effect hover, or climbing, you can stop and sit right back to where you was. You don't have to go fly around for 5 minutes to come back into it. If it's a situation to where like, all right, I dropped too much altitude, I need to reassess my situation, yes, fly away from it.
Yeah.
Come back, set it back up, right? So
That makes a lot of sense.
on this one, I'm going to show you the difference with having a descent rate before your ETL drops
Okay.
out.
Your mic 3 times for an advisory 4 times for radio check.
It's funny, nobody has ever mentioned it before. That's okay. That's why we're here to learn.
Push that power down a little bit. Bring that airspeed back.
Quaker Count traffic, Cyberward 32731 is downwind for runway 29, Quaker Count.
All right, I'm coming on controls with
Okay.
you. I've got
Your controls, I'm lightly following.
Roger, my controls cleared all around. So, gonna work up feet. Stay light on the pedals for me.
Yep, I'm light on it.
Thank you.
Orange County traffic, Diamond.
So I've got a descent rate 500. I'm gonna hold that.
You clearly feel we're in it.
Oh yeah. Big change, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it's more abrupt,
Exactly.
not as clean.
Not as clean, right?
Yeah.
So
Orange County traffic down
I'm gonna set it up again.
Runway 4 south on Orange.
Still an ETL.
Yeah.
Quaker Count traffic, Cyberward 32731, simulated engine now for runway 29, Quaker Count. Traffic, 298, Charlie, crosswind, 28.
When you fully come back out of it, you got a lot more vortices to deal with and everything, right? Your
Good.
controls.
Okay, my controls.
And also, another thing is,
We do it again one more time? You okay?
yeah, let's do a clearing turn first. Never mind, hold your position. I got traffic.
You got traffic?
Yep, we're good.
We're good?
Yep.
Okay. All right, then this
So
time I'm
another
gonna-
thing is usually kind of when you get into that, if you allow the sync rate in first and then ETL, usually it's a harder drop as well.
Okay.
We got just enough windage today where it's kind of keeping some of that from playing effect until we try to come
So
back
now
out of
it's
it. And then
zero.
it shevs us sideways, right?
And we at 0. And it is dropping now. Letting it settle. And now we're in. We do power and we do side step.
Keep that nose level. There you go.
And we barely drop the foot. And we pause the rate of climb now. Okay.
Right. So that's the Richard method.
Yeah.
So let's do a clearing turn, please.
Clearing
Double
turn.
scan all the traffic
Double
we're
scan.
operating.
I don't
It's only
see
him. He was
anything.
800 above us and 2 nautical miles away, so we're good.
left crosswind, runway 04, this will be a downwind departure Orange.
Orange County, Airport 74685, still operating 3 to 3.5 to the south at an altitude of 3,000 below Orange County. So, what about traditional recovery?
The traditional recovery is forward getting out of it. And it is lowering the collective and putting forward cyclic to fly out of it.
Right foot. Right foot, right foot, right
Right
foot.
foot.
Quaker Count traffic, Cyberward
More right foot.
32731 is turning crosswind, runway 29, Quaker Count.
So slow that climb down. We don't need quite that much climb. As you bring back airspeed, it's going to translate to climb.
Yeah.
So how do we do this again?
From what I've never done it, so from what I've
You've
read,
never done a traditional?
never done a traditional.
Roger, my controls.
Your controls.
All right, so
298 for Charlie B.
holding that BSI from sinking just yet until we lose ETL. We lost
We lost
ETL.
ETL.
31 is turning
Working my pedals, allowing the sync rate to build. We are in it. We're going to lower collective.
Yeah.
Nose dips down. Trim strings are back up. Power comes right back in. And we fly away from this one.
Just like I read about.
Just like, yep. So, I'll do it one more time here. Eyes are out in the distance, minding our own business.
TL, 300-400 feet drop.
So we lower collective,
Lower collective.
allow the nose to go down just a slight bit, ETL's back in, and we raise right back up out of it. Right?
Okay. And you only lost not even 100 feet there either, so it's not like, it almost felt a little calmer to do this than for sharper. But it's a, you know.
Your controls?
My controls.
Your controls.
All right, I'll do one. I'll point my nose towards...
Bring that power down a little bit. There you go. Slowly bring power up until ETL drops out.
ETL drops out right here.
Now, keep the nose level. Right? We're essentially just sitting
you
here, right?
You want to get into it.
Yeah. So then you lower. Now we're into it.
And
hold it.
And pick up the power back again.
There you go. As soon as those trim strings go up, that power comes right back up.
Yeah, okay. That's clean.
Cool. All right, sir.
Thank you.
Yeah. Keep us moving forward, shall you?
Okay, we'll do that.
Orange County, helicopter 74685, 3 to the south, descending out of 3000 inbound, Orange County.
Looking for traffic.
Looking for traffic.
Light at the bottom. We're in the green, plenty of fuel.
And
Good, you want to line up for 180.
Looking good. Three, two, one, power failure.
Okay.
Where are you going?
I'm going to go right over here to the right. And my RPM's in the green over there. Pick it up a little bit.
Work that speed back. Work that speed back.
And
there you go. So you need airspeed. You need 70 knots, buddy. There you go. Spot.
I'm going to go right over here by the horses.
Still a little slow on the airspeed. There you go. That's better. Eyes to the horizon.
Eyes to the horizon.
Listen to it. Feel it and listen to it.
Feel it and
RPMs.
RPMs
locked.
are good.
Airspeed's locked.
70 locked.
A little bit of touch of left pedal, not too much.
I'm going to go now straight.
There you go. Back to your spot. Eyes to the horizon.
Eyes to the horizon. I'm going to put it right into that patch behind the barn so they can have easy access to us.
Everything's still locked. Scan it. Airspeed's dropping out. All right. RPM's coming up.
RPM's coming up.
Easy, not collective. With the RPM's coming up. Now RPM or collective up.
Collective up. Left pedal.
More left. More left. More left. There you go. Good. To the downwind, sir. 26.
Traffic, everything okay?
You know what? You're a commercial pilot. I want to land at the concrete pad.
Concrete
from
pad.
right here.
Okay, where's the concrete pad over there?
Right on the other side of the tip of the plane.
I see.
Make call where you're going to be going and landing. Keep
Orange County helicopter 685 will be landing on the concrete pad, Orange County.
Right foot, right foot. Get that airspeed back in. Power back up too. There you go. You're bleeding out too fast. Nose forward. Power up. Nose forward, power up.
I'm pointing at the wrong spot, by the way.
Yeah,
it's on the other side of the airplane.
Yes, sir.
Sorry. I was a little closer than that, so.
Keep what you have. Don't bleed any more of that out. Otherwise, we'll be up here for a week trying to get down. That's better. Good job.
The red barn.
Take it a little bit to the right to get clear of this plane. Push the nose back forward. You're pulling out too much. Take it on down. A little to the right. Straight down from right here.
Out to the pad.
Nope, to right here. So your profile kept changing all the way down.
Yeah.
Kept getting shallow, shallow, shallow. This would have kept you more of that steeper or normal to steeper approach in. Out there, we would have been technically, you would have came to about 30 feet above the ground, then you would have went straight ahead to it and then came.
Okay.
Let's go take that taxiway, please. Let me know if you're warm or cold or
Actually,
whatnot.
I'm on the warmer side.
I was starting to get there too, so I put it down.
There's a difference between your t-shirt and my...
Well, the sun's out today, so we're going to be cooking when we're into the sun.
Yeah.
All right, so we can judge air where the air flow is coming from, or the winds, I should say, down here,
It's
right?
ever so slightly coming from behind me if there's any wind at all.
So let's go take that taxiway and let's get departed back up in the pattern area.
Okay.
Let's come back in.
Just go take
So now-
taxiway back to the runway.
Yes, sir. Taxiway to this first entrance. Bravo 3, is it? Or 2? So, steep approaches. We've got to work on steep approaches.
Yeah.
That way, when it's like, cool, I'm going to lock that spot in. Cool, I'm going to keep it at my normal or keep it at my steep, depending on situation, depending on the trees around and everything, right?
Yeah.
Obstacles around. Obstacles. Cleared left, sir.
To the left. Orange County, helicopter 685 departing runway 26, Orange County.
Clear base, final base. Check.
Checked.
Keep that motion in. Don't stop us. Do your
Lights.
gauge scan on the go.
Lights are out, everything is good.
Clear left. Keep that airspeed coming in. Lighter on your feet. There you go. Yep. Clear left.
To the left.
Roll level.
Roll level. Regular pattern?
Yes, sir. We're going to do that same approach in.
Okay. To the concrete.
Yes, sir. We're going to try to hold that approach angle better. Where are your eyes looking on the way down to it?
On this last approach,
Yes, sir.
I was looking at the wrong pad. I told you, the one on this side of the airplane, not the other side of the airplane.
So
that made my angle a little bit different.
when a lot of us focus too much on the ground in the early hours of flying, early hours of US total
Practicing,
hours, right?
Yeah.
You lose what the helicopter's doing. So you lose that approach angle down to it because you're staring at it.
Yeah.
So same thing with the auto, right? Eyes to the horizon. Check your spot. Is it staying where you need to? And eyes back up, reading your peripheral vision. Clear left. Start that left turn.
Left turn. There.
Take the power back out. Level off. Please and thank you. I call it Orange County that you are in the left downwind for 26, be landing the concrete pad south of Bravo.
Orange County, helicopter 685, downwind of 26. We'll be landing on the concrete pad south of Bravo sector.
Good. See that angle you got set up right now?
Yeah.
Follow that in with your collective. Don't bleed that airspeed out. You're getting too much airspeed out. There you go. Eyes to the horizon. Keep that nose level. Running a locked in about 800 descent rate.
Yep.
40 knots, 43 knots of airspeed. Good. Check your spot. Staying about in the same spot on the
Yeah, on the where I'm.
windscreen, right?
Now it just disappeared. Now it's going further away, so I need to pick up a little airspeed.
Nope. You need to lower collective. Pick up airspeed, you'll get to it faster, right? Collective controls the angle. Closure rate down to it. Eyes back to the horizon. Don't stare at your spot.
So like now I feel like I'm coming up short.
Yep. So bring a little bit of airspeed back out of it. There you go. As you get closer, you just got to do that even change off, right?
Yeah.
Bringing out airspeed.
I feel better now.
Yeah, you're starting to get a little steep. Bring out a little bit more speed. Lower collective just a touch. There you go, right there. Hold that. So this spot should stop underneath of our butts. That's where it should stop.
Yeah.
Check the spot. It's doing good. Check your VSI. Make sure the trim strings, where they're out, don't pull nose up. Put that nose right back down. Don't pull left. Raise the collective instead of pulling nose. Let off that nose. Everybody's got the tendency that this is what's going to stop me. It's going to stop you going forward, but that's not going to stop you from falling.
It's collective.
Collective stops you from falling. So as you come down, I watched your whole body in that last 20 feet arch. Your back arched up, and you're fighting me, trying to keep you level. You're like, So
yeah, that's a body mechanism you have to learn how to.
Yes, so we're going to have to work on breaking you of that.
Yeah.
Because every time you do this, you're changing your sight picture
do
as
it
well.
again?
Yes, sir. Let's do it again.
Okay. Clear.
Let's make a big circle. Take off. So kind of cut this way. Pull a trailer behind you. That's what we'll do. Big circle. Make a call to Orange County. You're departing.
Orange County helicopter 685 on the move. Runway 26 Orange County.
Clear left. Now we're starting to feel like a helicopter.
Yeah.
So commercial level, we're going to erase a lot of this pattern stuff.
Yeah.
Right? Because the whole purpose of the pattern was to obviously know how to fly in a pattern at an airport, know where people are at and what's going on. But also it was to help teach sight pictures, distances, angles.
You know, the funny thing is that you say that with the IFR training, because you have so much time now that you have not been really looking at that, you've been looking at the instruments.
Correct.
It is now you have to kind of get back into that sight picture again,
Yes.
right? But now, like for example, what we just did, I already had a better sight picture on what it would look like on my screen as I look at the horizon, coming back and making sure the distance between the dash and the spot. Now it, of course, is figuring out the, what the collective really does for you.
Right.
Stop and going.
This gets you to location vertically or, to over said spot, fast or slow. Collective keeps you on the angle down to it.
Yeah, collective angle, cyclic rate.
Yeah, collective's closure rate down to it. Clear left.
Clear, night clear right here, lights around top. Everything else is looking good. I have taken the 19 inches. We're about level. Orange County helicopter 685 in the downwind for runway 26 will be landing on the concrete pad south of taxiway Bravo, Orange County. Okay, load the collective, little right pedal.
Go.
Bone down a little bit. Relaxing my seat.
Yep.
Horizon.
Got it marked up, right?
Yeah.
So Tad bit forward. We're bleeding out airspeed a bit fast, right there. Checking the spot again.
Yeah, spot looks
Checking
still
your
good.
instrumentation.
35, 40, 700 feet. Lights around, everything is looking good. I'm relaxed.
Checking the spot, checking the instruments. Back to the horizon.
Circling my eyes.
Doing the scan. There you go.
Good.
Bring the power down just a touch and a touch of aft. Right there, hold that. Low forwards, low forwards, low forwards, low forwards. Right there. Bring her to a hover. Ta-da! Oh, let's do it again.
Clear, clear, clear.
Clear.
Orange County helicopter 685 on the go, runway 26, Orange County.
Stop elbow me when you get tense. Clear left.
I've been really trying not to.
Yep. Ow. They must want to warm up. They're in the sun.
Yeah.
They're like, let's face the sun to warm up.
Now, just from a standard standpoint, the expectation that you are within 100 feet plus or minus of the spot designated, right? That's the commercial standard?
I believe so.
Yeah. All right, lights out on top and lights on the bottom. We get fuel. We
It's
have
plus
1, 2, 3,
minus
4.
5 knots, plus minus 5 degrees.
5 degrees, yeah. That's
And
100 feet
spots.
plus or minus
Believe
the
so.
spot. Yeah, the repetition of this is the way you get the side picture, the feeling. And the thing is not to overcorrect it, right? Don't manipulate it with more than, like you say,
Right.
less is more in that sense.
Clear left.
Okay, left. I'm going to bring the power a little bit. Orange County from helicopter 685. On the left downwind for runway 26, we'll be coming into the concrete pad south of taxiway Bravo. All right, 7,800 feet, 3540.
Little nose
Have a
forward.
good spot.
Little, there you go, right there.
I can't use my elbow on Dave anymore because he doesn't love me anymore.
Little nose forward, little power up.
Yeah.
There you go. Right there.
All right, trends look good, 700. Plane is still sitting there.
So that shutter was trim strings are going to start getting weak too, so make sure you start getting that power under control. Good. Eyes out in the distance.
Eyes out.
Don't slow us down. Keep us moving forward. Keep moving forward. Keep moving forward. Keep moving forward. Keep. To my left. There you go. Good job. Much better. Very well done, sir.
Nice.
Cool. Let's go back up.
Okay.
Clear left.
Clear left, clear right.
Wee, TL.
Orange County, 685 on the go runway 26 Orange County.
Clear left.
24 inches. 3, good climb. Move.
1,800 feet, sir. I want to auto to it.
1,800 feet. Auto to it.
Roll level. Straight.
Climb.
Fly heading, sir.
Fly heading. In the sun, baby.
Yeah. Let's warm her up.
1,200. Oh, this is so much more fun.
Right?
Helicopter
Boring pattern stuff,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. 1,700.
Start a right-hand turn for me.
Right hand turn coming up.
And level off.
And level off.
Clear right. Keep that nose up a little bit more. Dipped it a little bit there.
I was trying to pick up a little speed as I was reducing a little power. Get back to 1,800. Scanning for traffic, lights are out on top, lights on the bottom, in the green, green, green. Everything else is looking good.
Keep that turn coming in. Bring airspeed back up.
And where would you like to do the...
Keep the turn going, keep the turn going. I'd like to head a heading of 080.
080.
Call left downwind and be landing to the field south of Bravo.
Orange County, helicopter 685, left downwind, runway 26, Orange County. They'll be landing to left of the field 26, Orange County.
Left-hand turn, heading 360.
360.
Make that 340.
340. Still have an airplane sitting.
And enter an auto in 3, 2, 1.
Okay, down and aft. And look at our road RPM is okay. And 70. Road RPM. Bring it down a little bit. I'm going to go between the antenna and the airplane over there right now.
Really? Because you're not going to make that.
I think I am.
Don't make the runway at best.
No. Off by a couple of feet. By the time I flare, I'll be right in the middle of the field. And flare. And bring power back in. RPM.
Level and raise.
And left foot. All right, it was up by 25 feet on my spot.
Take the runway. Kind of milked it at the end too.
No, no, don't. I knew you were going to say that. You're a sore loser.
I can feel it. I'm like, yeah, he's milking this one.
You're a sore loser.
On the go.
Orange County 685 on the go over 126 Orange County.
That was
25 inches, nose up. Do that again?
Yep.
Okay. Oh, what amazing, the temperature different with the sun in your face.
Yeah, all right. It's like I put the heat away, turn away from it, I got to put the heat back on.
There's no AC in this thing.
What do we need AC for? You're not sweating yet.
I'm not sweating. I'm cool, calm, and collected, my friend.
Guess I'm going
That's
to
one thing is they'll be very hard pressed to get me to panic about much of anything. Of all the stuff that I've seen in my life, so now I'm gripping it and holding it, and if it continues, then I'll turn off the governor and fly it myself.
Just checking you're not getting sweated or worked up over much.
Oh. Well, I'll tell you that the wobbling when you do on top, you always think about that, mass bumping and, and low G, which you should be in your forefront of your brain at all times, right? It is, all right, I'm going to start leveling off over here, picking up speed. Use a little power. Clear left, right?
Cleared left. Bring that airspeed on up. Bring the airspeed on up.
I am.
I want 90 knots.
90 knots.
I want to max glide this one, please.
Max glided, okay.
Make your radio call.
Orange County 685 on the downwind for 26. We'll be coming into the field just south of 26, Orange County.
Never mind, normal auto. 3, 2, 1. Aren't you controlling the RPMs yet?
I can if you like me to.
Be nice.
Down. Do that.
You're too close for max glide by the time you got that radio call done. Need a lot of left pedal and nose back down. There you go.
Okay. So now we'll runway actually, so right on the bars.
Think?
Yeah. Maybe a little short of that. And flare and
Nose up.
come back in. I'll get away from the lights over here.
Milk that a little bit longer. So he's losing a lot of energy there.
Yeah.
So should have stood it up a little bit more.
Yeah, I should have kept it longer at 70 without bleeding it off to 65.
Right.
60.
Cool.
Okay. Do it again? Or?
Let's do one more of those.
Okay, very good. Orange County 685 on the go, 126 Orange County.
Let's set it up for a straight in this time so we can have more runway room to max glide.
Okay, so just do a normal pattern then?
Yeah, the
To what
boring
altitude
stuff.
would you like me to go?
Left turn cleared.
Left turn clear.
15 is fine.
Going up to 25.
Oh, let's do 18.
18? Okay.
Yeah, we'll really play with that max glide stuff.
Okay.
90 and 90 in the 44,
Yeah,
right?
RPM and, yeah, 90, 90. 90 RPM and 90 max glide. Orange County 685, left downwind runway 26 Orange County.
Orange County, automated advisory. Click your mic 3 times for an advisory.
don't want
4 times for radio check.
But I'm happy with the flare. It will stay nice and steady with no big rocking back and forth. I think my pedal control is getting a little better. It's just the speed.
Well, you was losing some energy in that backside of that flaring, though.
Are you saying that I should have leveled out a little sooner?
No, you should have bid a little bit harder.
Flared a little harder.
Yes, sir.
To get the increase of rotor RPM initially of the flare. It's called a baby flare, right?
Cleared left.
Still left. We're still climbing.
Yeah, you got it.
800, okay.
Level off. Airspeed up. 8 more knots.
Orange County 685 is based the final for runway 26 with the auto to 26.
Level. We don't care to tell them what we're doing.
I know. Just
Orange County traffic, Diamond,
Right foot.
4030 Yankee,
right foot,
departing at runway 4, staying in the pattern.
Right
Orange County
360.
traffic.
right 360.
Make a call that you're making a right 360 to the base to final leg of
Orange County 685 making a right 360 base final runway 26 Orange County.
Don't go past this school. We'll be in Delta's airspace.
Trying to maintain your 90 and level. Look over traffic. Lights right on top of the bottom. We're at 8590. Nose down a little bit.
Keep the turn in. Keep the turn in.
Airport inside. Field inside. Lights are on top and bottom. Shape.
Final for 26 and enter your auto.
Orange County 65 final for 26 Orange County. 1, 2, 3. And power out. Now it is.
So what you
Get the
need
90,
to do, we need
bring up the collective to get the 90.
a
There you go, 90. $90. $90.
going to make our spot, so start changing back out. Bring a little bit of aft and lower a little bit. There we go. Hold that right there. You can feel the energy.
Yeah.
Lower a little bit. RPMs are coming up. She'll shut up in a minute. Line with the runway. Line with the runway.
Yeah.
Hold it. Roll. Level. Raise. A little too fast on the race, but, or excuse me, the level.
Okay. All right, that was a good demo and fly along.
Go. Take her off. Let's do it again.
Orange County 685 on the go, runway 26 Orange County.
Little
So the key thing for me is, so you saw my leg, is that is almost no space left. So it's almost like when the cycling is my head, it's almost the right.
There you go. It's almost the right leg's got too much.
Yeah, kill the heat.
4130 Yankee, turning left.
Oh, wrong way.
Between the sun and
Runway 4. Orange County traffic.
I brought power back in at the right time, right? That was one of my.
Yeah, I held it off a little bit longer for you.
Okay. Just going to need to get that right too, of course.
So everything was good. Could have brought the energy in a little bit sooner.
Okay.
And bled that airspeed out back into rotor RPM, right? Because bringing out airspeed. So you slowly work that back out so you don't balloon up. And it'll help bring those RPMs up.
Yeah, as you start.
As you're lowering that collective to bring them up. This is going from 90-90 back into that 70 to 101, 102,
yeah.
up into the higher arc of the green.
Yeah, by lowering the collective and picking up the nose, it increases the rotor RPM, the process, right, with the low light pedal.
Correct.
But this time I'll go a little further out then, so we don't need to do the 360.
Right, we'll stretch almost to the white tower.
Yeah.
Easy on the airspeed, get that altitude back up.
Oh, you want to go all the way to...
Yeah, I want to do the same setup.
Where do we have 1A down there?
Yes, sir. That gives us time to be at a high altitude, to be able to glide, right? To just work with it.
I was going for 1500.
Yeah, that's lower altitude where we got to wait, you know, to get closer in, right? Clear left.
Orange County
Clear
traffic,
left.
Diamond 4130 Yankee, turning left, base, runway 4, Orange County traffic.
There you go, now bring her in. Left base call.
Orange County 685, left base, Orange County for runway 26.
Roll level.
Go level. 90.
Get that power up a little more, there we go.
Final. Orange County 685, turning final, runway 26, Orange County.
Go ahead and enter.
And 3, 2, 1. Down.
That nose dipped hard, so careful on that.
And now bring the RPM
Yep,
up.
bring the RPMs
Orange County
down.
traffic, Diamond 4130 Yankee,
Right
turning
here.
left, final.
Keep the
Wait
nose
for
down
Orange
for
County traffic.
90. Still too low. And 90, 90. Good, 90, 90. So now we have it made.
Right, so lower
The lower
collective.
collective.
Slowly bleed out some
bring the
energy.
speed up.
To the left, right there, hold that. She's coming up, fly the course. Bring her on down, just relax, relax. Start bringing some aft in. RPM's coming up. Hold the flare, level, and raise. Raise a little more. Take your tension out. Pushing me out of my seat over here.
I get no credit for being 6'5" and take a little more space. This me just telling you that I'm doing the right thing.
Hey, pay attention. Hey, I'm doing good, aren't I? Am I doing good?
That's right. That's right.
All right, let's turn around and go play with some slopes, shall we?
Yes. Orange County 685 clear, runway 26 Orange County.
So we can bring it in just a little bit lower than what you initially was on these other autos. Bring it in a little bit lower before you start standing into that flare, or start flaring, I should say.
So 40, oh, you think it was at like a little higher than 40 feet when I started?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, okay.
He was bringing RPMs up at almost treetop height.
Okay.
Maybe
a little less than, okay.
20 feet under treetop height. So it's a little on the high side, bring her in a little bit lower. So with that there, we got down into that 30 foot, maybe 40 feet area.
Would you like me to do it over here, or?
Oh, let's go up yonder,
Up yonder.
past this next intersection.
Okay.
I've come to like that spot because it's a good spot.
We're doing a brisk walk over there.
So now we know that, you know, how to set up to reach a spot, right?
Yeah.
Airspeed's going to get us there, lower RPM is going to try to keep us up longer. So as we continue to do autos and stuff, I want you to relaxing more and more each time to feel the energy in the system.
Okay.
That's going to tell you how hard to bite into those flares and how relaxed to bite into them. So bring us to a stop right here. Do a 180 left pedal turn. Once you clear that light, clear your tail.
Okay. Got in the middle.
Clear the tail before you turn it.
Clear tail.
Back. 180 turn. Keep on coming. We're going to go set down in between these two lights up here.
On the left.
On the left. See
And
the,
with the skid left
brownish
high?
spot?
Yeah. Or you want me to right high?
Well, it's going to be
both.
my skid up first. So I want you to come up forwards a little bit more.
What's that? Up a little bit more?
Yep. So tell me about coming to a stop. Tell me about how we're going to approach this slope here.
Well, you're going to approach it at an 45-degree angle to assess the slope itself to make sure that it's not outside that 5 degrees.
Okay.
Assess the ground below
Well, show me this 45.
And well, the same thing as you would go in and out. You go in, and then I'm going to make a decision.
All right. So let's go back.
Okay.
Make sure you sidestep. Clear your sidestep. Bring us aft a little. So when we talk about a 45,
45 exit.
well, a 45 entry,
Yeah.
you can sidestep all the way out of it. So 45 entry is we're going to face it
Yes.
and go directly at it. We're not going to sidestep at a 45. We're
Correct.
going to go, this is our
Directly
45, so now we're going directly into it, right?
Okay.
So this is what it means by setup on a 45.
So this is a 45 setup.
Yes, this is an entry
Okay.
to a slope at a 45-degree angle. You're going straight in at the 45. So keep the altitude up. You always want to keep your altitude. Keep working your pedals a little bit.
Yeah.
Bring us on in about another 5 feet or so.
Okay.
And then once you get to your spot, then you stop, pivot to parallel the slope.
Yeah. And now you are
Eyes.
high. I'm low.
Correct.
And this
So
is-
work
hold
the
on.
feet. Keep the tail away from that slope. Don't work the feet. Don't elbow me. Left foot. That tail is towards that slope. You do not want it there. There you go. Eyes in the distance. Breathe and relax. All right, so she's on the slope, so stabilize it. Go a little fast.
Okay. And is it pretty
The
steep
slower,
slope too?
the slower you go,
Yeah.
the better this will be.
Good morning, Doug.
Right?
Yeah. And
The
this is
more
pretty
in
steep
control.
for. Like if I would not pick this for my final
yes,
check.
How are you today?
It's not that
Doing
steep.
well.
Well,
Just waiting for
I
Jack
mean,
to
we
get
went
back.
to here versus
Yeah.
here.
You still had to have
Right.
half.
So, how do we pick up?
All right,
Very
to
nice.
pick up, I'm going to keep my
Have a great flight.
cycle to the left.
Happy
Okay.
Thanksgiving.
I'm going to first check my
Happy Thanksgiving, belated.
skids to make sure they're not stuck.
Same to you, sir.
Then I'm going to pick up my right skid level.
Okay, traffic time.
Then I'm going to,
star,
at the same time,
Let's
center my
set-
cyclic
Close
to
traffic.
level my, and then I'm going to pick up and fly, sidestep to the right, away from the hill itself.
Okay,
All right, so eyeballs outside.
so
slow.
stop raising, put it back down.
Okay.
There it is. How much cyclic are you going to put in? Because you put like 2 degrees of cyclic in.
Right now,
Yes.
I put enough in it as I feel it, but that I don't want to do a cause and dynamic rollover to over my left skid to the other side.
You think it's going to happen?
Is that going to happen?
How immediate do you think that's going to happen if you're going slow?
I mean, if I do everything abruptly, it can happen pretty quickly. But if I do
Oh,
it
sure.
slowly, then
But-
it's unlikely to happen.
The thing is, if you put in 1 to 2 degrees of cyclic for a 4-degree slope, you're going to come light on the skids and slide down
Yeah.
and roll that direction, right?
So you have to equal the slope.
So always put more cyclic in to begin
Okay.
with, so we know, okay, that's the stop.
Yeah.
I'll come a little bit back off of the stop, and then I'm going to start to race.
Okay.
The rotor disc tilts, blows the vortices down, so it's going to pick that side up first.
Balloon it first.
So then we can control
And
how
you can
much
bring it
power
slowly.
versus how much cyclic input in.
Okay.
Right, so we're at
all right,
the
so
stop.
I'm at the stop.
So
I'll
we'll
bring it back a little bit.
Yep.
And then
Eyes
eyeballs
outside.
outside and slowly bring it
Relax.
up.
Work those feet to keep that tail away from that slope, right? This is why we do setting down on slope slowly, because if we hit that stop and your skid's not down,
Yeah.
we don't want to continue, right?
Runway 4, Orange County.
Nose is tipping down.
Yeah.
Might need a touch of aft, right there. Slowly re-level that disc. There, just like that. A little bit. Hey.
And sidestep.
Yep, so just bring it up into a hover and controlled stop.
Okay.
And then sidestep, because you got this going and taking off,
Yeah.
right? You haven't cleared around you, you haven't looked around you, and all of a sudden you're going to swing a tail into a, let's say this is a whole mountain edge here, right? So that's why we got to do this slow, even on departure from it.
Okay, I'm going to sidestep clear. Okay. I'll do the 45 approach and we'll do that again. And just go back a little bit.
Those are about the angles that I'm used to setting down on for my training.
Okay, very good. This is a 45 degree. Coming in slowly, 45 degree. Assessing the slope, assessing the landscaping.
So you got a manhole cover here.
Yeah, I'm going to go a little forward, right? I'm going to go right here.
Okay. Bring the forward motion to a stop.
Hover.
As slow as you pick
Eyeballs
this
outside.
up, that's how I want it to set down. How you need to have it set down. A little more left pedal, that tails towards that slope. Relax. It's just sitting down, right? Just happen to be on a bit of an angle. My skid's touching.
Slowly, left.
Okay. Just relax.
Okay. I could have held that right off just a little longer.
Yep. Center that back up.
Okay.
So at what point in time is this maneuver completed?
Say one more time.
What point in time is this maneuver completed?
It's not complete until the collective is down.
Check.
And that you have assured that the aircraft is stable.
Collective down, pedals neutral, cyclic centered.
Center. Okay.
So basically everything in a neutral spot, collective slow down.
Okay. All right, for the pickup, we're going to go second to the left.
What do we not want to do
What do we not want to do?
at this point in time?
Well, at this point in time, we do not want to play without pedals.
Why?
Because that is that can start things into motion. That can lead us with strike, tail strike, or out of balance.
Or roll on down the hill, right?
Yeah.
That could start the slide.
Yeah.
So depending on aircraft, I'm in either a 1,300-pound aircraft or I'm in a, 2,400-pound aircraft, depending on weights and fuels or whatever the weight may be, right?
Yep.
If I've set down, collective is full down, I don't want to go play with my anti-torque pedals to try to wiggle or anything,
Yep.
because that's just asking
For troubles.
for troubles for you to get into a situation where it's not going to happen because you're fully set. You're not sliding. Otherwise, you wouldn't turn around and continue to sit here.
Yeah.
You'd start getting back up off of the spot, right?
Yeah.
So why induce something that isn't there?
Yeah.
Right.
Just follow procedure in that sense that for all say. And it's the same thing as making sure that my skid is not stuck in the mud.
Right.
Because that can also give me problems. So always double checking that.
And what's going to wiggle in your anti-torque pedal is going to do? It's going to purposely sink you down into
Suck it in
something.
even
If
more.
you don't slide, then you could cause a stuck skid. So when you pick up, you're heightening the rollover, dynamic rollover situation, right?
Cool. Okay, very good. My skid is clear. Your skid is clear.
Right up.
Okay, I'm going to go left cyclic all the way and bring it back a little bit. I'm going to eyeballs outside. I'm going to slowly come up and start feeling my right skid coming up low.
Slowly elbow me.
Oh.
All right.
I'm going to put you in the back seat next to me.
Orange County, Diamond Star 871 Lima Alpha.
That'll mess you all up. You'll be like, where's my elbow stop?
Lining up and waiting, departing to the north, Orange County.
All right, starting paying attention to pedals, make sure they stay live. Eyeballs outside.
Nose is coming up a little, so a little forward cyclic. A little forward cyclic.
Forward side.
There you go.
Orange County traffic, Diamond Twin Star. Left crosswind, runway 4, closed traffic, touch and goes.
Right is a little aft. Feel that coming up. Level.
So it's a little
A
bit.
little too far
Yep.
past it.
So
But
just a
otherwise
little slower.
calmer.
Yes.
But it's good.
Clear your direction
Clear
before
my
you sidestep.
sights. Yeah.
Good. Let's try the other skid, sir.
Orange County traffic, Diamond Star 871 Lima Alpha, departing runway 4 to the northeast, Orange County. Traffic down Twin Star, left downwind.
Let's go into 45-degree angle in. Hold on, I'm going to redo
Stabilize
that.
the hover. Stabilize the
I'm
hover.
going to redo.
There you go. Now just eyes on the distance. Don't reach for it.
Okay, I'm going to redo it. Coming up a little bit, sorry. Neutral, down, and neutral.
Roger.
Okay, skid looks good. That looks good on your side. Okay, and full ride. I don't need that much. Good. Good. And slowly eyeballs outside. On the nose, dip or dip.
Orange County traffic down Twin Star, turning left, base runway 4, Orange County.
Go back. And up. Clear.
Clear left. Good.
Let's do that one more time.
Yes, sir. Stabilize it a little bit more on that set down.
So I was reading a little bit of why students, me, are doing this. So the ballooning part, right, is the sinking when you get to that last foot where the ballooning starts taking place underneath the rotor, is that you have to kind of let it settle through that rather than counter the feeling that you're almost there, which of course is part of judgment. Interesting enough,
Come back. Come back.
Yeah, you want to do not side step, you want me to head in there first.
Yes.
Okay. Proper 45
There you go.
is the proper 45.
So the ballooning is not so much ballooning, you're coming down to the air cushion.
Yeah, cushion. Yeah, that's what I mean.
And we stop at that air cushion, and then we got all the aerodynamics acting on the aircraft. So we start wobbling around, right? We're basically wobbling around on an exercise ball or something. That's our air cushion. Relax. Just line us up. You're on flat.